it is Monday night. It is Braw Cast time. It's 8 o'clock, which means two things. First of all, we've got Braw Cast, and if you can hear very carefully from the wee sound booth studio here, most likely one of my kids has just shut up his back. So it's definitely Monday night. I hope you're amazing wherever you're watching. Sorry. I hope you're amazing wherever you're watching. First of all, before we kick off, got a brilliant guest tonight. We've got Angela Dixon. She is from Orbit Smoke Barbers. We're going to talk to her in just a little second. Her and her team, the guys, are just waiting for us to talk to them. But before we do that, we have a little bit of business to get out of the way. First of all, let us know where you're watching from. We've got something like 80. Oh, no, we've got more than that. We're on our way to 90 people watching from all around the world. So let's see what we're up to. First of all, we've got Mothy. He's watching tonight. Colum, all the way from Ireland, I think it is. Whole bunch of people from watching. The way it works here on Braw Cast is it's about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. It's completely uncensored conversation. Not only are we going to be talking to our pals and what it means in terms of the Braw brand, if I can get that even right, Braw brand, Braw Beard does, but we're also talking to them about their careers, their life, and of course, certainly where they find themselves. A whole bunch more people watching. We've got Finn Turner watching as well. David McKinley's watching from his living room, giving nothing away. I like your style, mate. Application forms must be a fucking nightmare in your house. Name? Who wants to know? I'm not telling you nothing, you gypsy prick. Let's get this rock and rolling, shall we? Angela's standing by, and it is boiling in this tiny little room. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, please, would you give up for our vessels? I feel like I should introduce you all as like a collective. First of all, let's say hi to Orbit Smoke Barbers. First of all, we got Angela. Hi, Angela.
Hi. How are you?
How you doing? I'll be all over with you. I'm absolutely roasting, and I've just got to tell off by telling everyone that my baby's just shat up his back. So it's not something you do as you get older. So we've got Angela. First of all, Angela, before we kick off, you guys are over in Edinburgh tonight. You've just finished work, and you're sitting having takeaway.
Having takeaway and coffee. And I should be driving home, but no, I'm here with you lot, as usual.
Sorry, I feel bad about that. Who have we got with me? First of all, we got Cameron.
Yeah.
I think, Cameron, you could not sound more unimpressed if you tried.
That's Cameron.
Very rarely do you get a hello, how you doing? Yeah, fuck off. You know me. I appreciate that. Although he must be raging because he's like, I seem to remember finishing work 2 hours ago. It's a good point to make, pal. And of course, we've got Trisha at the back, who is. Are you the latest addition to the team? The newbie. All right. Well, listen, we'll get to that in just a second. Angela, I'm not sure what is your title over at Orbit Smoke Barbers.
Mum. Mum. I get called the mum. Right. Mo. I'm just a barber.
The barber.
Just a barber.
Queen of the Barbers. Queen of the Barbers head. We'll get that in now. Queen of the Barbers. Let's go for that. How long have you been there? How long have you guys been over there in Edinburgh? It's a good while now.
It'll be 7 years this coming December. We've been open. The week before Christmas-ish. I can't remember actually. I didn't expect to last a year, and I'm here nearly 7 years later.
Oh, man. So you opened the week before Christmas?
Yeah, I think about the 17th of December.
All right.
Ish. About the 16th, 17th of December, we opened in 2013.
Okay, cool. So why the week before Christmas? Just getting all those Christmas parties.
Just getting everything in, just getting the keys to the shop. I'd stopped working. I wasn't liking the shops that I was working in. I've worked with some fantastic people over the years, but it just wasn't working for me. And my husband and I were going past here on a motorbike, and I'd been unemployed and a housewife for 2 months, and I saw the shop up for lease. Yeah. And I think my neighbours and my husband were getting fed up all my clients coming to the house, so it looked like the night. And so we sold the motorbike. We saw this the shop up for rent. Sold the motorbike, used what savings we had, and took it on. And for the first year, I was here on my own. Yeah. Just 2 chairs. Thought I'd made the biggest mistake of my life. And 7 years later, I'm still here.
There you go. Man, that story had so many like little layers to it. It was like, well, you know, I'd lost my job, but I passed this place on a motorbike, and it's like, what the fuck? And then I get to the shop and I've got to sell my motorbike. It's practically a country western song. That was awesome. You've been there 7 years. You guys, of course, we'll get this out of the way. Obviously, with lockdown, you guys were closed for about a good 4 months there.
1 month, yeah.
God, it must have been hell.
It was. I'm not going to say it wasn't, because it was. When you're working with the public, I spend more time here. We spend more time here than what we do at home with our family and our kids and stuff like that. So in 31 years, that's the longest I've ever been at home. Yeah. And I didn't cope well at all. Not going to lie, not ashamed of it. I did not cope well in the slightest. Cameron was on the phone to me every day in LA, made new friends on social media. But no, couldn't wait to get back.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I've not been able to go out and gig yet, of course. Well, not really, just doing bits and bobs. So I'm bloody missing it. But one of the things is not even being able to get a haircut. It's like I said to you, see before, like, see this when it is left. Fuck it. I mean, again, I do apologise for coming on and speaking to professional barbers with my hair in the state it is. I look like a troll in the end of a fucking pencil. I don't know what I was thinking. It's because I've got wains, you see, and I've got a 5-month-old, and I'm worried about him grabbing them and giving him a big fucking yank. So I just try and tie it. I like to tie it up like a posh woman at a ball. I think that's what I get out of it. Right. Where did it start, the journey getting into barbering for you then? Was it something you did at school, or was it something that you grew into interest with?
I was 15, 1986, I think it was.
Right.
I think I originally wanted to join the RAF, but it wasn't really at that time. I was told a place for women. So my stepfather got me an apprenticeship in a hairdressing salon in Morningside in Edinburgh. Right. And they eventually went into administration and stuff, and I ended up in Bruntsfield. And just basically, I just veered more towards men than what I did women. Sorry, ladies, but I just didn't like ladies' hairdressing. It just wasn't for me. And just over the years, I just progressed more and more into barbering.
Yeah. And is that, I'm not being nasty about it, you've said like already what you had with the RAF. At that time, was that a place that was accommodating for women getting into the sort of barbering side of it?
No, not in the 80s, no. Not at all. There wasn't a lot of women in the trade. There wasn't a lot of women doing it. It was all men, basically. Right. So it was quite difficult. Even at this day, you still get, men, no disrespect, come in the shop and they're quite shocked that it's a female cutting hair. Crazy. They'll veer more towards the male barber than what they were the female barber. Unless she's a 5-foot leggy 7 blonde, which I'm not.
So,
I'm a very short arse.
Hey, you get the job done. Get the job done. Exactly. So that would have been like. So when do you think it sort of really garnered speed for you then? So you're sort of, I don't want to say you're fighting to find your sort of establish your place in sort of the barbering world, but how long did it think before you thought you started getting real momentum? You as a barber, I hate using the phrase like male and female barber, but as you as a barber, where do you think you started to get momentum? Was it more in the 90s?
Yeah, I would say maybe even later than that. I only feel female barbers, and I might be wrong, but I only feel female barbers have started to really get recognised in the past sort of 10 years. Yeah. To be honest. Right. It's still a struggle. It's still quite a male-orientated trade. And it's a struggle for female barbers to get their names out there, you know what I mean? And there are some fabulous, fantastic female barbers out there. So a lot that I look up to, and they're not getting recognised the way they should get recognised, Yeah. And it's not age restricted either, a lot of it's not because you're older. I feel being an older female barber is harder, but it is harder than what it would be for the young. It is harder for the older ones than what it is for the younger ones. But it's us older ones that have made it. We've made it acceptable for the female barbers. You guys are the ones coming in. You know what I mean?
You've kind of blazed the trail because there wasn't really anyone to sort of, I don't want to say support you, but kind of lead the way for you guys a little bit. But
you just have to get on with it, you know what I mean? put up with the comments and stuff like that. And some of them have been over the years, some of the comments towards me personally, and I can guarantee you hundreds of other female barbers have been horrendous. But it isn't allowed in here.
Good. Well, we'll certainly come back to that in a minute, because that's good to hear there's no zero. But it's so crazy. Do you think it's like is it a generational thing, or is it a seasonal thing? Because you see the momentum that now, like, female, I hate doing the comparison, but like, a female tattooists, those guys have really came into their own in the last 10, 15 years, and now we're seeing it sort of barbering. Do you think is it a change in times, or is it like reaching over?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think because we're able to be females are able to be more open now. We're more accepted. I mean, I've got a good friend that has a tattoo shop. I'm allowed to plug places.
Go for it.
Infinite Ink in Hamilton, Mandy Crosby, love you. She's all female tattooists and piercers, and brilliant. What a brilliant atmosphere, and there's so many guys going there and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think women are just able to stand their ground a wee bit more now. They're not willing to be pushed into the background anymore and things like that. And guys are more accepting of us now and encouraging us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To come out and show what we're capable of doing and things like that. It's just been more accepted now.
Yeah.
There's not so much prejudice against it or anything like that. You know, and neither there should be, because we can cut hair just as good as men.
Exactly.
Some of us even better.
I would agree. And I'm certainly saying that because I can see from the comments that my barber is watching, and Diane, I hope you're doing very well tonight. She's in. But this is a kind of something to talk about. I mean, you've got, if it's all right, Cameron, if you're up for a quick chat for a second, mate, I'm going to say that. How old are you, Cameron? You don't mind me asking?
I'm 18.
You're 18. So what was your journey into barbering? Because I know you've been doing it like a couple of years. Is that right?
Yeah, so 2 years. It was kind of just right place at the right time. So
yeah,
I was looking at going to college or something. I was getting a haircut in here, and overheard Angela saying she was looking for an apprentice. So on my way back home, I said to my dad, I'll do it. So he messaged Angela, and that was it.
Brilliant. And how have you found it? I mean, you've come in, I mean, that would have been, I don't even know what year this is, 2020? So that would have been like 2018 or something like that. Have you found the journey into it? Is it a more modern sort of progressive place to work? And is that something you really like about it?
Yeah, it's easy to progress in here as well, because all the clients and stuff are willing to let you try. You don't get better unless you get practice. So
yeah, Angela
trained me and everything, and then all the clients just let me ruin their hair to start with, and then now it's all good.
Have you? God, I never really thought of it like that. That gives me the fear. I think I just shaved my wife's head once, and it wasn't until I'm not even doing the comparison, of course, right? But literally, as I'm walking towards it with a razor, it's like, I think I could fuck this up. Like, I think I could shave. I'm like, this is not going to be easy. And even then, she's just like, shave my fucking head, don't be a pussy. Oh my god. I'm gonna fuck this up. And I'll level with you. I did a wee bit, but I fixed it later on. What I did was I hadn't shaved like a line across the back, and basically she had this mullet in the middle of it. I know, look, but I'm not a barber. Clearly, I'm not.
No.
God, look at. You see, your expression changed there in a way, Angela, that gave me the fear. Like, fucking done that in my shop. I just saw the expression change. So, Cameron's been doing it for 2 years. It must be great getting back into it, Cameron, as well, after a 4-month layoff.
Yeah, it was a long 4 months.
Did you find yourself eyeing up neighbours' weeds and stuff?
Yeah, so I wasn't doing a lot. I was pretty much cutting my dad's hair, and that was about it. And that every 2 weeks, it was just weird. It's not the same. Because it's just weird cutting hair outside of the shop.
Yeah, oh yeah, God, I bet actually. I never thought that.
No mirror in front of you, it's a weird thing. Even he was saying it was weird to get your hair cut without a mirror in front of you.
Do you know the weirdest thing is I never know as a punter I never know what to do with my face, so I would have been delighted. I wasn't like I never know what to do with my face, and I find myself grinning at the fact that how awkward I am. Then eventually, we'll cut your hair and go, "What the fuck are you smiling at?" Nothing. Psycho. But we've got the latest addition to the team, Trisha at the back. How old are you, Trisha? You don't mind me asking.
I'm 29.
29, right, cool. You don't look a day over 29. I've literally, you're so far back I can't see you. I do apologise.
Come closer.
Oh no, you're not. Oh, I feel like I'm causing trouble. Listen, is that a knee tattoo, Cameron?
Yeah.
You're a fucking badass. You're a fucking badass, son. Good on you. Oh my god, man! Like I'm not joking. I've got like my leg. I can't show you. I'm not that flexible, but I've got my legs done. See the shins? Fuck that. What about the knee? Oh my god!
Behind the knee did it for me. That was the sorest part.
Oh, the knee. Nobody will ever appreciate that pain. Nobody will ever appreciate that pain. That's all I've got to say. Instant respect. Like, we're not going to start getting our tattoos out. Trisha, let's talk to you. How was your journey into this? Coming into, I mean, obviously, were you a patron at Orbit Smoke, or did you just hear about it? How did it come about your journey in there?
It's a bit a different story. So my fiance and my son come here for haircuts.
All right.
And I done hairdressing a long time ago. Just sort of started getting into it, but I went off and I've got 3 kids. So I just done the whole stay at home, be a mum, and then I realised that actually we spend quite a lot of time here, and these guys are my fellow weirdos. We're all just normal wee weirdos together, and I don't know, Angela likes me.
Not like anybody.
So it's Angela's giving me an opportunity, and I'm not going to knock it back when she's one of a kind, and I love being at the shop, but just fit in somewhere.
Brilliant.
Well, it's nice to fit in somewhere.
Something you enjoy doing, hanging out with people that you get on with.
Yeah.
Getting away from the kids, living the dream. Living away. It's not that I don't miss them every time I'm away. Hopefully she's not. Oh, it's gone quiet. Hang on a second. We lock in the door. It's just in case. Well, that's awesome. But this is so you've just joined though as a sort of a member of staff.
Yeah, I came in just after lockdown.
Trisha was really good actually because we changed from walk-ins to appointments only. I'm trying to stick to every rule and regulation because I didn't want to have to go into lockdown again. I can't afford it, basically. Yeah. And because we turned to appointments, the phone was going constantly. People were coming in the door and we were having to leave our clients to turn them away and, you know, set them up on the iPad and everything, on the booking app and whatever. And I was just getting stressed. I get stressed at the drop of a hat, as a lot of my people know. And Trisha came in, Trisha's fiance, Chris, came in and said, you know, Trisha will come and help you. She'll answer the phone, she'll do this, she'll do that. And I said, you know what, I've lost so much money, I can't afford to pay anybody to come in. And a week later, so she's been with us 7 weeks now. And she's phenomenal, absolutely. She came in, she's been answering the phone, so my payback to her, and she just fits in. She barks, she farts, she has panic attacks, just like me.
This is it.
No. And the customers absolutely love her. Oh, you know what I mean? Brilliant. So what better than to get somebody that fits in? And she wants to be part of us. Yeah. Don't know why, but
Be's just wandering about the streets again.
That's it. I guess. I haven't even stuck at home with kids. This is
Oh, but it's a joy when you go home.
Oh yeah.
Especially after the 4 months in lockdown. It's although I'll tell you this, one of the biggest things is one of my wains, I swear, did not go quiet during lockdown at one point at all. Literally spent most of it making this noise. And the thing is, terrible. We had a birthday party for him in the middle of lockdown, and I was ill, and I shat myself on a seesaw, and that's the worst thing that's ever happened.
You shot yourself on a seesaw?
I came down with a dump, and I had a wee virus, and oh god, it was terrible. And he's fucking telling everybody. Dad shot himself on a seasaw. Nibbles.
Cameron shot yourself on holiday.
I was wearing white shorts as well.
Cameron.
White shorts, and it wasn't full follow through. It was just touching close to the extreme.
Mine's just the business. Mine's the business. Mine's just the. I don't think we bond over tattoos and shitting ourselves. I feel like Cameron, I'm gonna like your page. If you don't have one, I'm gonna start one. But right, let's get on to some Braw Beard chat. We've got to do that. Now, we got to meet first. I think the first time we met would have been at the championships last year. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
come on, year before last year. Yeah.
Last year I was judging at it.
Oh no, hang on. 2020. So it would have been this year. Fuck.
Was it this year?
Right? Aye. Was it this year? Was it last year? Fuck's sake.
No, it was this year, because I was judging this year.
God, it seems like another time, doesn't it?
It does.
2020, another time. Trousers are for the old world. Do you know what I mean? Back at that stuff. we all used to get shit about stuff. When it was much easier to shoplift. That's what I remember. Man. I have no idea what you thought I said, but I wish I'd said it. Anyway,
I do apologise, everybody. Mine just went in the gutter again.
Oh, fucking hell. There's going to be a separate show after this where I'm going to find out. But that's where we met at the championships. What a laugh it is, man. Getting to see everyone up. Now, before we go any further, in terms of you being a barber, Angela, what does that cover? Because for some people that means one thing, and for other people that means another thing. What is it you actually look after?
The head area.
This.
I look after the head area, yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it be beard, nose, ears, eyebrows, hair, so far down the back, no. The head area.
If anybody comes in with a tail, you'll take care of it.
We'll do anything. If I get paid for it, I'll do it. I won't. Mark, I won't do it.
How did you get tagged up with Braw Beard then? How did you guys manage to find? I mean, I know obviously John's from over that neck of the woods, but how did you guys make the connection with those guys for the Braw Beard Championships?
I first met John 6 years ago, and I was in getting a tattoo. Down by Maxwell Hewitt, his name is, and he's friends with John. He worked at Tribal, I think, down the Royal Mile at that point, Max. And when I was sitting in the tattoos chair, I was asking Max if he knew anybody that did beard oils, because beard oils weren't as big then as what they are now.
Yeah.
And Max said that his friend John done it. So put me in contact with John, and at that time, I think there was only 2 other places in Edinburgh selling and stocking Braw Beard. Anyway, John, rightly so, was quite strict about who he was going to be allowing to, retail his stuff and things like that. And he came out, and we just had it off straight away. And that was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I've been to every Braw Beard Championship bar one. What are you laughing at?
Hey, me? I'm just smiling. I quite like my job.
Like being at the barber shop. What's your barber's name? Debbie?
Yeah, Diane.
Diane, you need to wear your mask, Billy, so you didn't upset her.
Oh, I never thought about that. I've got a cracking mask. I can't show you. Oh, I'll not show you just now. For all time. But this was one thing. It kind of got me because growing up, I mean, obviously, I make a visit to Debbie. She got me doing it now. Diane.
Sorry, Diane.
But it's like an old school, this. It was kind of weird because there was like a period here in the UK where people didn't really fully appreciate what barbering was. It was a guy with a moustache. It was something like it didn't get a certain sort of reverence that it gets now. But you would see it being a big thing in America, and then it started coming here. But the cool thing is, when you guys were kind of setting out, and I use this as Braw Beard as a comparison, did you guys go, well, we kind of want to have an identity that's a little more modern and a little more opening, because you don't like, I mean, it's all very well and good, you know, the barbershop quartet and that type of thing, and the guy with a suit and a strong man's moustache and all that type of stuff. But was it for you, was it about let's get ourselves an identity that tells you about us and that is welcoming to people, welcoming not just to granddads and old men, which I think some people almost thought it was, but you know, all the way from young kids to students and all the way up? Was that important to you guys?
Yeah, it had to be open to everybody. Barbering's open to every. It's not just, as you say, for, you know, old people. Or it's open to everybody, every genre of person. I get in here. We get every kind of person. I do women's short hair and everything in here. I wouldn't really do really long hair because I wouldn't charge them for it because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. And I wanted to make an identity as well and be.
Yeah.
It's about being me, aye. About being me. About being me.
About being you. This shop is you.
This shop's my clients, this shop's not me. It is, but everything that's in the shop, from the skulls to stags, antlers, stuff like that, it's all been given to me by clients. They've all donated something. I just got this the other day.
Oh, that's cool as fuck.
It's pyro something burnt in the wood.
Oh, that's amazing.
The little craft bothy. How cool is that?
I don't think I've got.
But yeah, everything in the shops donated from clients, everything. When they go on holiday, they always bring us back something. Normally skulls, there's not many skulls, it's unbelievable in here. Or something to do with motorbikes as well, you know what I mean, which is what the shop is.
Yeah. I don't think I've got anything as cool as that. I think the only thing I've got is this fox that I'm planning to throw at a mate of mine's. He gets out of isolation tomorrow and it's quite heavy and I'm going to chuck it at his fucking face.
Whose face?
My mate Graham. He is getting it and he doesn't even know it. In fact, he's not watching. Oh, he might. No, screw him. I want him to know it's coming. It's important that you say it does reflect your identity because, like you say, you're being welcome and everything where it's gone. So where does the name Orbit Smoke come from?
It's an anagram of my hobby, mine and my husband's hobby. Think about it.
I'll level with you.
Can you see me back here?
Not particularly well, if I'm honest. Someone's on a bike. Someone's on a bike, and there's that Frankenstein next to them. I can't see it. I'm sorry. Hang on.
See what's on the wall?
Hang on a second. No, I can't see it. Well, I tell you what, would you say it's something that people have got to figure out when they come to the shop?
It becomes like guys will sit and say, where does the name come from? And you go to tell them and they'll go, no, let me do it myself, feel it. And they all start shouting to each other. It's actually an anagram of motorbikes. Rearranged later.
I knew that.
No, you never. And the guy on the big black and white picture that you can't see, Billy, in the background behind Trisha.
Yeah. That's
my dad.
Oh, that's cool as fuck.
But you can't see it, so.
Okay, I literally can only see the guy on. Is your dad the gentleman in the helmet?
Yes, which is where the skull comes from as well. Then, my dad's the one right in the middle.
Right. Okay.
I'm trying to find the picture. My dad's the one right in the middle, which is where the skull logo comes from as well. That was actually a guy that I trained years ago's wife, who's an artist.
And she put it together for you?
She drew the skull logo. I'm trying to see if I've got him.
Well, I tell you what, while you're finding the picture, because it really is awesome. Let me ask you this question. See, when it comes to judging at the likes of the Braw Beard Championships, first of all, they're so much fun. Like you say, they're a good laugh. Everyone's just there to have a good time. It's all about body positivity, mental positivity, and everyone's there just to have a beer. And I can see why it would really sort of synergy up between you guys and Braw Beard. But to be a judge, right? Because everyone seems to approach it from a different place. What is it you look for? What is it you look for when someone's coming up and approaching that table?
Well, after a few pints, I struggle to look for anything.
Cracking beard, mate. Away you go.
That's ace. That moustache sounds on point. I just look for consistency and symmetry.
Right.
You get a lot of people coming in and their beards, they've had a hack at their beard themselves or whatever, and it's uneven and whatever. I just look for symmetry. If it's been looked after, you know what I mean? How it's sitting. I had a guy in today who had a cracking beard, really, really short, but he's got the biggest moustache. Love it. I love something that catches the eye. I love nice structured beards. I like them to smell nice, not to smell. The worst bit's the flavour saver, and they come in with that dinner. And they've still got tomato soup for the lunch break in it. But just texture, a nice, good feeling beard.
Yeah.
And even and tidy is what I look for.
All right. Okay. Cool.
And then nice eyebrows as well.
Oh, nice. Oh, fuck it. I didn't realise. Shit, I didn't realise eyebrows come into it.
Yeah. There's quite a lot comes into it, but my husband's probably watching, so we'll not take that any further.
This is getting a bit dirtier than I was expecting. You know? We're definitely on the right channel.
Oh, Billy, you should come in here on a Saturday. See the jokes that Trisha comes at. Every Saturday she's got a new dirty joke. So, but we've got to make sure that nobody gets offended in the shop and things like that before she tells them.
Does everyone like white people? Is everyone okay with white people? Aye, right. A joke for you. It's always the way I tend to start. Well, look, we could go on about this until the cows come home, but you guys are open again. It's amazing. People can make appointments. First of all, before we start looking at wrapping things up, how do people get in touch? How can people come along and get hooked up at Orbit Smoke?
Log on to orbitsmokebarbers.nearcut.com and just register on the site, and they can book an appointment there.
Right.
Or they can phone the shop, and if one of us are busy, we'll call them back, or lovely Trisha will answer the phone. Or come to the door and we'll either say, sorry, we're busy, we'll not say that, we'll go away, or we'll log them in and get them booked in. We've also got Junior Barber Bradley. You never mentioned Bradley then.
Oh yeah, that was my fault, wasn't it?
Ours.
Sorry.
We've also got Junior Barber Bradley. He's on holiday this week, so unfortunately I can't be there. Hi Bradley!
Let me ask a question. Oh wow, you guys clearly love Bradley.
He's got to kind of be here, but his holiday was already booked. So Junior Barber Bradley, he's not really too busy just now. He's struggling because we're used to having walk-ins and people sit and watch him work and then we'll go to him. But because we're on appointments only just now, people are basically, you know, they're just trying to book in with me and Cameron all the time. So go to Bradley. And he's really good at beards.
So I'll ask him of it. Does Junior Barber mean he's quite new? I take it.
Yeah, he just recently qualified, so he's just needing mentored and guidance here and there.
So it sounds daft, but all I can think of like he either cuts kids' hair or he is a kid that cuts hair, and I was just like, is that a thing? Any idea of Wayne trying to cut hair? That would be ridiculous. He's just new. Check it out. Is any of Bradley's work online? Any Bradley's work on Facebook and what have you?
On Instagram and Facebook. I put pictures up regularly of the work and I say who's done it as well.
You can check it out all there. That is awesome. Well, look, guys, it looks like we've got a whole bunch of people interested in coming over. There's big Lindsay Houston saying,
hi, Lindsay!
So go on and get his. I'm sure all three of you could work on his beard at one time because it's ridiculous how big that thing is. I'm just scared I'm going to get near it one day and it's going to pick me up. That's what I'm worried about. But look, it's been an absolute blast talking to you. We can check you out, Orbit Smoke Barbers. You're online, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram as well.
And we're also on TikTok now as well, so be warned.
And they're on TikTok as well. So if you are a 7-year-old boy, get on there and check that. At least you didn't say what someone else said to me today. Oh, our business is on the TikTok, and it's like, don't ever call it the TikTok. It's like the station. Guys, I'm going to pop these in the green room, and I'll wrap this up, and we'll say our quick goodbyes. Everyone, give it up for Tricia, Cameron, and of course Angela from Orbit Smoke Barbers in Edinburgh. Right,
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right. Right, that's all we've got time for in this week's edition of Braw Cast. We're going to be back next Monday. Don't forget, though, to get your questions in. And obviously, go over and check out brawbeardoils.com. We've got merchandise over there. We've got Braw Beard oils and loads of details and loads of new content as well is going to be hitting up on Facebook very, very soon. I'm going to be back next Monday at 8 o'clock. You hopefully will be here. Don't forget, this stays up live on Facebook and on YouTube. So wherever if you're watching this in the future, 2020 was a bastard of a year. Honestly, 2020 is like, fuck, if this was a BDSM game, we forgot the safe word. It has been a hell of a year. But if you're watching this in the future, or maybe you're watching it just afterwards, hit that share button. So tell your pals, tag your pals. Hey, and listen, if you're in Edinburgh, and I've got loads of pals over in Edinburgh, but if you're over in Edinburgh, over in the East Coast, make sure to check out Orbit Smoke. Tag a pal, go along, support a local business, make an appointment, get a cool haircut, have some good chat as well with the guys. Right, that's all we've got time for. I'm going to get out here. Now it's the bit of the show where we have to figure out if I can finish the show without looking at the video thing. Ah!